Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, is finally switching from his Coyote Pass drama to college notes. Indeed, he seems to be going back to school and is more interested in textbooks than wives. After 3 of his wives left him, Kody was no longer a polygamous spouse, and it seemed that the world wanted to know what he was doing. Kody seemed to be just studying now and concentrating on a better future. Viewers are in complete shock after an insider just spilled the beans about Kody and his college journey. Is this accurate? What is the point of this? What was disclosed by the insider? To find out more about this controversy, continue reading. The 20th season of Sister Wives has finally been confirmed. Viewers were uncertain about the future of Sister Wives Season 20 and if it was imminent or not. However, during a recent live session, Meri Brown finally affirmed the show's future. The celebrity teased her fans when confirming that her family show would return for a second season.
That's not all, though.
Meri didn't mention Coyote Pass either. She stated unequivocally that she would not respond to any inquiries about this. This demonstrated that Coyote Pass and the land's distribution will ultimately serve as the show's primary plot point. In the midst of all of this, Meri also thought back on Kody's life following 3 divorces. What had she disclosed? Sister Wives. According to Meri, Kody Brown is a college student now. Unlike other members of the Brown family, Sister Wives star Kody Brown does not use social media. As a result, it becomes challenging for viewers to follow his life outside of the show. However, we appreciate Meri Brown revealing some startling information about him. According to a recent Reddit discussion, Meri discussed Kody and his possible college trip during a live event. She also purportedly stated that Kody may have attended college, according to the original poster. Fans began to question if they would continue to watch Kody's college journey in Season 20 as a result. The celebrity only got a high school graduation and walked down the aisle, thus it appears he doesn't have a college degree. His first marriage occurred when he was in his early 20s. Even though Kody joined his mission, he was still surrounded by girls when he was getting his diploma. On Sister Wives, he freely acknowledged that he was a naughty boy in those days. The celebrity even asserted that because he was in a relationship at the time, he also lost his virginity. "I had a lover in college," Kody said. "There was a small tryst." Therefore, the Globe wouldn't be surprised when Kody began his collegiate career. In addition to getting rid of the Coyote Pass boy, it seems that he no longer has 4 wives. He could so concentrate on his studies and earn a degree with ease. Would you like to see Kody attend college? Please share your thoughts in the comments area. Kody Brown has experienced a great deal. Fans of Sister Wives have been witnessing it since Christine, Janelle, and finally Meri left the multiple marriage. Robyn, who is currently the only woman left, would want to remain stuck with her ex-polygamist husband. Supporters were aware of his prejudice against his 4th wife and anticipated that the others would depart. His children later opened up. Many of the children began discussing their bad relationship with their father after seeing the abuse of their mothers. Even though Meltdown was one of the only people who had a positive relationship with Kody, she eventually hit her breaking point. She has now discussed the tensions in her relationship with her father in public. Tony, her spouse, chose to support her this time and took aim at her father. Sister Wives. Kody brings Meltdown to tears. "I was let down." Meltdown Brown enjoys providing Sister Wives followers with special information about the dynamics of the family on her Patreon account. She talked about Kody calling his ex-wives and children nasty and bullies on the tell-all in one of her videos. She expressed her disappointment by saying that she no longer felt a connection to him. According to her, before Robyn Brown came into her life, Kody was unique and polite. While crying, Meltdown said she didn't receive any affection from Kody as a child. It was a depressing scene. As most fans are already aware, Meltdown was triggered by Kody and Robyn's actions at Garrison's burial. Then, without revealing anything to the audience, she stated unequivocally that she no longer wanted to have a positive connection with her father. It appears that her spouse has also been supporting her. Tony makes fun of father-in-law Kody in Sister Wives. One such Sister Wives celebrity who doesn't hold back is Meltdown, as was already established. She made it apparent that something occurred at the funeral for Garrison Brown. She chose to distance herself from her father, Kody Brown, for that very reason. In addition, she has spoken of several cruel incidents that occurred but were not caught on tape. It was Kody's absence from her childhood. On social media, Tony, Michael T's spouse, receives a lot of love. He is admired by his fans for being a devoted father and a fantastic husband. He posted a photo of himself and his daughter Avalon going out for coffee in a recent post. He posted the message, "Daddy-daughter coffee date," at Michael Tip, as he was doing it. Claims that these are essential to a lovely father-daughter bond. She wishes she had more of them, I know. They seem like fun to me. Tony's determination to spread the word about Kody's absence from Michael T's childhood was evident. By spending as much time as possible with his children, he was attempting to defy this generational trend. Everyone was grateful for this gesture and the tactful way he disparaged his father-in-law while standing up for his wife. How do you feel about this particular moment? Tell us. In a turn of events that literally no one, not even the most unhinged Sister Wives fan theorists, had on their 2025 reality TV bingo card, Kody Brown has allegedly decided to go to college, and the internet is having a collective existential crisis trying to process the news. The once reigning patriarch of polygamy, the same man who for years insisted that emotional intelligence, spiritual leadership, and family counsel were his credentials, is now supposedly gearing up for life in lecture halls, group projects, and late-night term papers. Whether it's a genuine move toward reinvention or a Hail Mary attempt at rebuilding a broken public image is unclear, but what is clear is that fans are shocked, skeptical, and unable to look away. After spending over a decade touting his role as a self-taught leader, often using his wife's emotional labor as a stand-in for formal education, the idea of Kody enrolling in college, possibly online, possibly on campus, feels like satire turned reality. Rumors of his educational aspirations began circulating after an episode teaser hinted at a new chapter and self-improvement goals for Kody post-divorce. Then came a blurry photo leaked to Reddit, reportedly showing Kody at a local community college information booth, wearing his signature leather jacket and squinting at a pamphlet titled Adult Learners, returning to school at any age. The caption? He said he's ready for something new. Fans were stunned. Was Kody Brown, the same man who once argued that school doesn't teach you how to be a man, now applying for financial aid and researching degree programs? Social media exploded with reactions ranging from disbelief to hilarity. One user wrote, "What's he studying? Advanced gaslighting? Bachelor's in miscommunication?" Another posted, "Let me guess, he majors in blame shifting and minors in favorite wife economics." But jokes aside, the news sparked a deeper conversation about what's really driving this move. Could it be that, now that his spiritual marriages have imploded and his once ironclad control has been dismantled, Kody is finally forced to reckon with who he is outside of his self-made identity? After all, his current life bears no resemblance to the empire he once ruled. Christine is happily in love. Janelle is thriving on her own. Mary is working on herself. And even Robyn seems withdrawn, as the illusion of sacred family order crumbles by the day. Kody's world has gotten smaller, quieter, and perhaps lonelier. Going back to school might be less about ambition and more about desperately seeking structure, purpose, or even a little validation. TLC insiders suggest that a storyline involving Kody's academic journey could appear in the latter half of season 19, or perhaps serve as a soft pilot for a rebranded Kody-centric spinoff. In leaked call sheets, crew notes reportedly reference Kody's guidance counselor session, a sit-down with an academic advisor, and, perhaps most hilariously, Kody learning how to access online class portals. The idea of this man, who once couldn't coordinate 4 family schedules, now managing Moodle logins and Canvas assignments, has fans both cringing and weirdly curious. Will he pursue psychology to understand his disastrous communication patterns? Philosophy to wrestle with his identity crisis? Business to rebrand himself as a motivational speaker? Or theology, in a desperate attempt to reclaim his former role as patriarchal guru? No one knows, and that uncertainty is exactly what has viewers glued to their screens. What's even more fascinating is how this development is being received by his ex-wives. Christine, in a recent live video, smirked when asked about the college rumors and said, "I think it's great he's finally investing in something other than himself." Janelle, ever diplomatic, offered a gentle, "We all evolve differently. If this helps him grow, I'm happy for him." Mary, however, was more cryptic, posting a meme that read, "If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, go back to school and try again."
Ouch.
Meanwhile, Robyn remains silent. Some fans speculate that Kody's sudden thirst for education is less about personal fulfillment and more about reclaiming dignity after being portrayed as an increasingly irrelevant figure in his own family saga. Others wonder if it's a ploy to connect with his children, many of whom have pursued higher education themselves and publicly criticized their father's worldview. Is he trying to earn back respect by showing he can change? Or is it a midlife crisis in khakis and a college hoodie? As expected, Reddit has gone wild. Theories abound. Will Kody write a thesis on plural marriage collapse? Will he fail intro to women's studies after arguing with the professor about spiritual headship? Will he bond with his much younger classmates or storm out after group project conflict? The memes are endless. But beneath the sarcasm lies a strange truth. This might be the most human thing Kody's ever done. Stripped of his wives, his control, and the image he's so carefully curated, Kody may be trying to rewrite the script. Not as a husband, not as a patriarch, but as a man who finally realized he doesn't know everything and maybe never did. And if he truly commits, if he humbles himself, listens, learns, and transforms, then perhaps, for the first time in over a decade, the man behind the mane could actually surprise us all. Whether this is the beginning of redemption or just another bizarre chapter in the Sister Wives saga remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, Kody Brown, college student, is the plot twist we didn't expect, but might not be able to stop watching. Within hours of the restaurant ambush, Luna was no longer the confused, heartbroken young woman who had once clung to Will for comfort, validation, or love. She was a woman transformed, activated, awakened, and burning with a sense of purpose so sharp it could cut through steel.
She didn't go home that night.
She didn't cry on her bathroom floor. She didn't call Poppy or Steffi or even Finn. She went straight to the one person who had once warned her this day would come, the one woman who operated in shadows, who had survived betrayals, prison, heartbreak, and worse, Sheila Carter. Fans never thought they'd see it. Luna, once a symbol of innocence and vulnerability, walking into Sheila's candlelit hideaway with no makeup, no hesitation, and no more illusions about who she could trust. "You were right," she said flatly, not even flinching as Sheila raised an eyebrow and poured her a drink. "They were watching me, recording me, trying to trap me." Sheila leaned forward, intrigued, almost proud. "And what did you do, sweetheart?" Luna smiled, not a sweet smile, but the kind that foreshadowed vengeance. "I gave them something worth listening to." That one sentence sent a jolt through the fandom. What had Luna said? Was she bluffing? Was she leading them into a trap of her own? As it turns out, Luna hadn't just recorded her conversations with Will, she had started curating them. She had known something was off for weeks. The odd questions, the sudden shift in Will's body language, the way he steered conversations toward names like Ridge, Steffi, Sheila, and even Hayes. He was fishing. So Luna gave him bait. Carefully planted lines about things that didn't exist, subtle suggestions that someone in the Forrester orbit might be laundering money, that Sheila might be linked to a European investor, that Steffi had once tampered with hospital records. None of it was real, yet. But now it was on tape. And Luna knew exactly how to use it. She had turned the tables so hard that Will might now be the one facing legal scrutiny if her confessions got out. Sheila, sipping her drink with that slow, calculating grin, leaned back and whispered, "So, what do you want, Luna? Revenge? Power? Or just to watch them burn?" Luna didn't even blink. "I want them to feel what I felt. I want them to second-guess every conversation, every glance, every loyalty. I want them to beg me to stop." And from that moment, a new alliance was born. The next morning, Chaos hit the Foresters like a lightning strike. Someone, an anonymous burner account, sent edited clips of Luna and Will's recorded conversations to Carter, Brooke, and Steffi, hinting that secrets were about to come to light. But the tapes were vague enough to create panic without confirming anything. A sentence here, a name there, enough to shatter trust, enough to make everyone turn on each other. Brooke accused Ridge of leaking something. Steffi accused Sheila of planting Luna as a double agent. Carter confronted Will, who stumbled through a half excuse about investigating Sheila but couldn't explain why Luna's name kept coming up. In the middle of it all, Luna walked into Forrester Creations like she owned the building, dressed in a crisp white blazer and heels that echoed down the marble hall like gunshots. "Good morning," she said sweetly to the stunned office, eyes daring anyone to challenge her. Nobody spoke, because deep down, they all knew Luna had flipped the script. The girl who had once been a liability, a wild card, a scandal, they now feared her. And they should, because Luna wasn't done. Her next move would be even more shocking. As Will desperately tried to do damage control, Luna visited Poppy and left behind a sealed envelope marked, "Open only if I disappear." That alone sent viewers into meltdown. Was Luna in danger? Was she going underground? Or was it another mind game, a decoy, a dramatic flourish to keep her enemies guessing? Later that day, Will got an anonymous text. "You were never in control. I let you think you were." Attached was a photo, Luna and Sheila, clinking glasses over the USB drive Will had tried to use against her. It was official. Luna had joined forces with the most dangerous woman in Los Angeles. And she wasn't afraid of anyone anymore. Not the Foresters, not Bill, not even Will. Betray her once? She'll expose your secrets. Betray her twice? She'll invent new ones to make your life a living nightmare. In one shocking discovery, Luna had gone from a pawn to a queen, and the whole board was hers to destroy. Tony Padron has mostly stayed quiet in the swirling storm that is the Brown family drama, often choosing to remain in the background while his wife, Michael T. Brown, navigates life after the collapse of the polygamist empire that once defined her childhood. But that silence shattered into 1,000 headlines when Tony, fed up, and full of fire, finally broke his silence and delivered a verbal beatdown so direct, so brutal, and so unapologetically real that it sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives fandom like a televised earthquake. In a clip that quickly went viral across TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram Reels, Tony, holding one of his and Michael T's twin boys while casually sipping an iced coffee, didn't mince words. "Look, I'm not perfect, but at least I show up. At least I don't abandon my family. And at least I don't play favorites with my kids like Kody does. So, yeah, I think it's fair to say, I'm a better father than him." The room went silent. Michael T blinked twice in stunned silence. Even the twins paused mid-wiggle. But Tony wasn't finished. "It's not even a competition," he added, shaking his head with a bitter laugh. "He spent years choosing Robyn's kids over everyone else's. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that didn't happen. My wife had to grow up watching her dad emotionally check out, and you know what? I won't let my kids go through that." The statement ignited a firestorm online. Fans, many of whom had long grown frustrated with Kody Brown's blatant favoritism, instantly rallied behind Tony, hailing him as the first-in-law to publicly say what Christine, Janelle, and even Mary had only danced around for years. Twitter exploded with posts like, "Tony is the hero we didn't know we needed," and "Give Tony a confessional chair immediately." But it wasn't just fans reacting. Kody reportedly saw the clip, and insiders claim he was furious, pacing in his Flagstaff home and calling the comments disrespectful, ungrateful, and manipulative. Yet, to many viewers, Tony's words didn't come out of nowhere. In fact, they felt like a long time coming, especially considering how visibly absent Kody has been in the lives of many of his adult children, choosing instead to hunker down with Robyn and her kids while growing increasingly estranged from the rest of the family. And when Christine left him, taking Michael T, Isabel, Truly, and others with her emotionally, Kody barely seemed to fight for them, at least not with the same intensity he reserved for keeping Robyn's version of the family intact. Tony, who has been a present father and a constant in his children's lives, didn't just roast Kody out of nowhere. He was responding to years of hurt, years of watching his wife and her siblings pick up emotional pieces left behind by a man who claimed to be doing everything for the sake of the family, when in reality, he was only ever doing it for his definition of family, the one that revolved around him and Robyn. What made Tony's roast even more impactful was how casually he delivered it, not in rage, not in a tantrum, but in the calm tone of a man who has simply had enough and knows he doesn't need to scream to be right.